What is up, everybody? This is Mark and Mike, and this is another Wrestling Babble podcast by Wrestling Inc. I'm Mark and Mike. I'm joined by Lou Beans.
What is up? What is up?
And again, like always, we have a lot of wrestling to cover. We got Extreme Rules, Bound for Glory, the Week of Wrestling. But first, we have our wrestling retrospect. And last week's pick was Mickey James, aka Alexis Lori, that I learned that week.
True. True. Yes, sir.
um, It was fun seeing some of her past things. I found some weird ones, and I actually enjoyed them. So,
Mm-hmm.
what will be your first one?
The first one I found was one you sent me, and that was Alexis Lurie versus Bobby Lashley. That was very unexpected. It was cool. It was very so. This says OVW.
Yeah.
So this is that the developmental?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what it was. There's a lot of people there. I didn't realize at first who they were until they said their names. Like I didn't realize that woman who was the broadcaster was Maria.
Yeah.
Like she looked totally different when she was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Um, didn't recognize the guy who was pissed off that he lost. It was more story because they basically double teamed that dude who was pissed. They kicked him in the nuts and pinned him.
Yeah.
And then Bobby Lashley came in. He was like, "All right, girls, get out the ring before I hurt you." And then she didn't get out the ring, and guess what? He hurt her.
Yeah.
So it was hilarious. This really seemed like something that they wouldn't do nowadays. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
They should have.
Probably.
I mean, listen, Edge would solve a lot of problems if he would if he'd have speared Rhea Ripley. Is all I gotta say. Anyway, it was a good match. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
My first match is gonna go. I think this is during first her first run in Impact.
Okay. Okay.
This was Mickey James versus Tara. Turning Point. This was their first bout that they had since her going into Impact Wrestling.
Okay.
So Tara, aka Victoria.
Okay.
Uh,
She had a different name too. Okay. Nice.
yeah, they have more like historic. They have more of the because I think they were the first like women's hardcore match there, first cage match. This was the first bout to start their rivalry, and I thought it told a great story of building their and telling the story of their past, and then going into this. So that's why I picked this one. It was a really good match too.
Okay. Good stuff. Do
And
you know? Wait. Do you have you said the date for that one was
oh yeah,
what? How long?
2010, Turning Point 2010. So that was the pay per view of
Turning Point
TNA. Yeah,
2010.
November
Gosh.
7th, 2010.
Okay. Cool.
Yep, yep. What's your next one?
The next one I picked, funny enough, is Tara under a different name. So I have Mickey James versus Victoria, 2007.
Okay, cool.
This one does not have a date. It is for the women's championship.
Okay,
Um, Mickey is the champion. Victoria challenger, obviously. Victoria has one knee brace, not two yet.
okay.
messed up. Messed up.
This
I'll
was
be
in
honest
Impact
with
or
you.
this was in WWE?
This is in WWE.
Okay.
This, I'll be honest with you. This is probably around the time when I was tuning in somewhat
Yeah.
because I did see some of the Trish Mickey feud and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But also I did see like Victoria's beginning when she was in WWE.
Yeah,
So like
Victoria was really good.
at that point she was my favorite female wrestler. So,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, she did not win the match. So it was good. It was again when you watched those two like back then, you knew you were going to get a wrestling match because they were just wrestlers. They
Yeah.
weren't just bra and panty girls. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it was good.
My next one will be also part of Impact Wrestling. It was. Let me get the date real fast. It was actually part of the regular show. This was. Why you won't tell me the time? Anyway, it had to be. So this definitely has to be like 2016, 2015, maybe
Okay.
2017.
Okay.
This is a tag team match of Mickey James and Magnus, aka Nick Aldis, versus James Storm and Serena Deebs.
Really? Wow. And you said that's Impact?
Yes.
Wow. Holy
I'll send the
crap.
link. If you actually anyone wants to watch any of these matches, I do post them up on the Wrestling Babble Facebook page, so definitely check them out if you want to see them there. So there was a big storyline between Magnus and James Storm and Mickey James, because I think they just got married during that time. So definitely, it's probably like 2016, 2015. Um, and then it kind of got really personal, stuff like that. So he got his own lady to help him fight them too. So basically, Sarah Deebs helped her, and that's when she was also in Impact Wrestling. So really good match. Does it give me
Oh
the
wow.
year?
Okay.
Does
Okay.
not give me the year. This is actually on the Impact Wrestling page. So it does not give me the year, and I'm a little annoyed about that. But it's on the regular TV. But it was a really good match. It was really fun, and it was a cool mixed tag match that they actually collided with each other too. It was between this one and Mickey James, Nick Aldis versus Chelsea Green, Matt Cardona. Um, a turning point, but I just thought that one was too current, so I wanted something older. So
Okay.
there you go.
Okay. I
I just
see
want to
that.
give a little
I
shout out
see
to
that.
that one too.
I see that. Nice. Nice.
And what's your next one? What's your last one?
And my last one I wanted to pick because it's been a while since I've seen a Melina match.
Oh,
So I picked this is from Raw October 1st, 2007. It's Melina versus Mickey James.
they had good
And it's
chemistry.
got yeah, that's true. And
They
it's
worked
got
really
a
good
lot of it's
together.
got a lot of little story bits in it. It's got William Regal and freaking
Layla,
uh oh so I think he was the commissioner. What was his title when he was
he was commissioner at the time.
okay, so he was commissioner. And then
Okay.
so Vince is there. He shows up and it's all casual Vince because he just has the white shirt on
Oh, okay.
with his buttons down to like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
you know what I mean. Hornswoggle's there. The two Irish, well, yeah, the Scottish guys.
yeah.
The bald one with and the one with the long hair. You know what I'm talking about?
Scottish guys. The Highlanders. Highlanders.
Highlanders. Thank. There you go. Yeah, I barely know them, but I know them by look.
Yeah.
And then it's Mickey versus Melina, and then, like I don't know what the story was, but they were like extremely aggressive in this match towards
Yeah.
each other. So I guess there was something going on. Melina was tearing out her hair like almost the entire match. She looked vicious, so it was pretty cool.
Nice.
And then there were shenanigans. Then Hornswoggle shows up at the Vince shows up looking all types of horned up. Um, Hornswoggle distracts Melina, and so Mickey picks up the win. It's a weird freaking thing. Melina goes under the ring, and Hornswoggle comes out with her underwear. Oh
Yeah.
no, her top. No, her whole gear basically.
There
What
you
a
go.
what a weird time.
Yes. Because that was during the time, like it was right before I went full PG. So they
Oh,
still
went
did a
right
lot of
before
shit.
full
Yeah.
PG. Well, you can tell.
Yeah.
He stole her clothes. What the hell? Yo, Hornswoggle.
All right.
Anyway, there you go.
My last one is not really a match, just a moment that happened that is probably one of my favorite rivalries that Mickey James had with Deanna Purrazzo, and
Okay,
it
okay.
was the Barnyard fight.
Oh yeah.
It was great. I loved it. It's like one of my favorite things that Mickey James did during that rivalry between Deanna Purrazzo. I think that's one of my favorite things they did because she just came to her farm and just started railing on her.
Mhm.
Like there's no neighbors to warn her or anything like that because she's in a big ass farm. So like they could have just destroyed each other and no one would have heard them scream.
I know she got a gun. You got a farm. You got to shoot some wild animals that be
Yeah,
poaching, man. I'm just saying.
this was last year, September 30th last year.
Okay, okay.
I actually really appreciate their rivalry during this time too. Deanna Purrazzo and Mickey James, they had a really good run going against each other, and Mickey took the belt from her.
Oh, okay, okay.
So that was my highlight. Um, Wrestling retrospect. Any other cast, we'll have a new person, so definitely stay tuned for that. We go to the weekend wrestling. We had Extreme Rules, so we'll have our review. Also, Bound for Glory. We have our somewhat review because most watched the most of it, or I definitely say our highlights. So we'll kick off with Monday Night Raw. We got Finn Balor. We got Damian Priest. We got defeat AJ Styles and Rey Mysterio. Really good storytelling. Really good match. I actually really enjoyed it, and I liking the building of what they're doing with Judgment Day, especially going into the pay per view. They've been a bit more dominant than usual.
Hmm.
I appreciate it.
I mean, you don't want to come up with a power group and everybody just lose every week.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
it started like that.
They needed direction.
Yes. So.
Edge was an absentee father.
Yeah. he went out for cigarettes and forgot to come back.
Exactly.
Yeah. You got Bobby Lashley defeats Mustafa Ali. He kind of did an open challenge, and Ali accepted it. Hell of a match.
Yeah, I mean, even in the losing effort, made Ali look very, very skilled, is what I'll say.
Yes.
Like he's ready to rock. He's willing to go up against people even when they outweigh him, when they match him in power, all that stuff. He's what do they call him? He's all heart, right? There you
And
go. So,
trying to take out his arm.
I mean, he did the smart thing. What are you supposed to do?
I
Somebody
I would have
lift you.
jumped on him twice.
Yeah, true, true.
Yeah, man.
Good
450
ass
on that
match.
one.
Good ass match. But then Seth Rollins.
Yep.
So
Seth Rollins runs in, and then he
stomping
also gets
everybody.
stomped. He got stomped everybody. He stomped Ali outside too.
Surprised he didn't stomp the ref, but he didn't want to fine. That's all.
He should have.
I mean, why not?
I liked it though. Good stuff.
Hmm.
Um, you had Riddle come out, and they pretty much had their promo going back and forth for the fight pit, and it was great. Like honestly, this is one of those matches that when you like, we always talk about like if it got so personal that you just want to rip each other's heads off when they get into their match, and that's exactly what we got when on Extreme Rules. So I think this was a great, perfect story going into it, and then ended as well.
I just like that he made fun of him with he opened his mouth. He's like, "Your breath stinks." Just have me dying. Like just the small little things like that, the little jabs they had back and
Yeah,
forth. Like the
it was good stuff.
it's more fun when Riddle was getting his head stomped.
Yeah.
Just
We got women's WWE Women's Tag Champion Dakota Kai defeats Candice LeRae.
well, she had damage control. That's
Yeah.
all I gotta say.
Yep.
She was getting beat up.
You got Dexter Loomis was just laying on the had Miz laid out, and then he disappeared with a little drawing. Johnny Gargano walked right past him, saw him, and he was like, "Oh, Loomis."
I know who did this.
He was happy. Oh, Loomis, my buddy. What is the outcome of this? Like, what are we gonna get?
There's no outcome. He just keeps messing with Miz. That's it.
He's just like, I'm gonna put him to sleep, and then that'll be the end of the game, and then tomorrow will be a new game.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Every week,
All
put Miz to sleep.
right. We got Otis defeating Johnny Gargano. I was surprised by that.
Well, they had to cheat to beat him, but
Yeah.
at least the number one guy, the tree trunk, got a win. Good.
Yeah, good for him. Braun Strowman defeated Chad Gable. That was a hell of a match, and god damn, that was a beautiful German suplex.
That was a very, very good match. Kudos to both these men,
Yeah,
Braun, for letting them do what needed to be done. Because it's been a little bit since we got to see Chad Gable
yeah.
do some incredible stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
We got Damage Control ambushing Asuka and Alexa Bliss backstage during Bianca Belair's Raw Championship contract signing.
because damn control cannot be trusted.
They cannot. We got
And the
Solo.
way Bianca flew over the table had me dying laughing.
Yes.
Get over here.
We got Solo Sikoa defeats Angelo Dawkins.
Because he was talking smack.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Everything they're doing with Jey Uso and Sami Zayn and shit has actually been very, very
Oh my
entertaining.
God, that story he was telling before
Yeah.
everything happened.
Yeah.
He cracked everybody, man. I love, even more on Friday. All I gotta
You're
say.
a big number two. A stinky number
Freaking Rowan just dying. Oh
Yeah.
my God, so good.
two. That's his guy. as long as we know it right now.
I just liked it. Well, we'll talk about it on Friday because there's more stuff to
And
go
then
into that.
main event was Io Shirai versus Alexa Bliss. I actually really enjoyed the match. I thought they had a really good run. Kind of reminded me of when Alexa versus Kairi Sane. They kind of had the same like approach to the match. It was really enjoyable.
Well, I just like that EO went after her like a rabid pit bull
Yeah,
because because she's crazy. Is what she is.
yeah, she is.
But also it has story to it
Yes.
because it wasn't just a regular match. It was a control match.
Yep.
So
And then they all come in with the ladder and pose with the belts on the ladder. That's the way you end
hmm
Monday Night Raw. What you give it?
I'll give it an A. It was a good show.
Yeah.
Had
Great
story,
go home show.
had surprises, had the people amping up their feuds and stuff, right?
Yep.
Everything was pretty good.
Yep. Yep. I'm gonna give it a A as well. I think it was a great go home show to Extreme Rules.
hmm
Um, we go to NXT. Thank God I don't want to say 2.0 anymore.
I just, I'm just happy you don't. You know what? Yeah, they changed the look. They changed the picture for the thing now
Yeah.
completely. It
Yeah.
doesn't have the colors anymore.
Mhm.
So I wonder if this week the covers on the ring in the background are they gonna change the colors?
I think you're gonna start seeing. I say after Halloween Havoc, you'll probably see changes on the set.
But I see on here is orange.
Yeah.
So it might be seasonally themed. It might be orange for Halloween.
Oh, for
I
NXT,
wonder.
the logo outside. The logo outside.
Mm-hmm.
The logo
You see
outside.
it on the page?
Oh yeah, it's orange now.
It's orange, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
And then the behind the characters, the behind the wrestlers, you got the orange and the
Yeah.
yellow and stuff. I wonder if that's themed. Like that'd be cool if they changed the motif of NXT for like every big pay-per-view,
Yeah.
every big something like that.
I'd be cool with that. It'll be green and red next month.
Yeah, exactly. Or what is Thanksgiving? What is it,
Brown
like
and
brown and
orange.
brown and orange? I
Brown
mean, yeah,
and
the little turkeys all over the
yeah.
place. Okay.
Gobble gobble gobble. All right. We go NXT. We got start off with Pretty Deadly. Held a state of Commonwealth, and our boozer, the brawling brutes come out and beat the shit out.
I just love how hilarious they look with their powdered wigs
Yeah,
and their regal attire.
that's fun.
And they even had a little gavel.
Yeah,
I like it. It was fun. The whole thing was fun.
very fun, very fun. Our first match was Carmelo Hayes versus Oral Mensah. It was a really
That
good
was a
match.
good match. That was very, very good.
We got Von Wagner, Von Vanilla, aka, defeats Andre Chase and to qualify for the NXT North American title match.
I mean, I feel like he's either gonna be in the finals or or maybe even win it. I feel like Von Vanilla. Like I
I
knew he wasn't losing this match.
I got
I
my
knew he
win.
wasn't.
I have my winner that I kind of want, and he qualified in recently. So we'll talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
But we go more into the show. We got Wendy Chu defeating Lash Legend.
I was like, it wasn't that long of a match, but it was all right.
Yeah,
But actually, I appreciate more because it went into some story stuff too.
yeah. You got Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark defeat Toxic Attraction to become the number one contender for the tag team titles.
Mm-hmm. That was a good match. I thought that was actually pretty
It was
fun.
solid.
I'm kind of sad. What's happening to Toxic Attraction? Well, no, it made sense. It made sense for them to lose because they were off their game because didn't Manny get kidnapped?
Yeah,
So
there you go. Halloween Havoc speculations is decided during the Grayson Waller effect.
I feel they got set up. He just brought them out there to wild out. That's all he did. That was hilarious. And what I also love when they went on a tangent, he just got pissed off. Stop cutting me off. Oh man.
There's going to be a Weapons Wild match, and then before, Apollo Crews came rolling in and brought him underneath the
And
ring.
gouged his
bloodied
eyes out. I don't know what happened. Merc, what happened? What did he do now?
Remember Ace Ventura 2?
Yeah.
When he was like doing the dive, I think he did the opposite thing and just dripped shit in his eyeball.
Oh man, that's messed up. Well, he's got to go to a doctor now.
Yeah, that's not sanitary. We got Julius Creed defeat Doug Hudson.
I was surprised the match was so fast.
Yeah,
Like I was expecting a good match.
me too.
Like it was just a one-sided ass whooping.
Yeah.
So
We got Zion Quinn defeat Hank Walker.
I was surprised it it was like this, but I did like the little tidbits of stuff that he was off his game because of what was the guy that messed with him? Quincy.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean it was all right. It wasn't bad.
And
I didn't
then
expect the other guy to win though. I'll
yeah.
tell you that much.
Then we got Pretty Deadly defeat the Brawling Brutes to retain the NXT titles by DQ. And then you had all the tag teams come out.
And say what's up? No,
Yes.
no.
You got
But
Cool Running.
it wasn't just at the DQ.
Yeah.
It was
It was in the DQ.
Imperium.
Okay.
No, I'm saying it was Imperium, wasn't it?
Yes, Imperium attacked.
So
Yes.
yeah, it was very specific DQ.
Yes.
It was Imperium. And then we'll see what happens because of that at the pay-per-view.
And Friday.
True. They do fight
Yes.
on Friday. You're right.
Yeah, so you had people come out. You had Malik Blade and Aegis on off, which I called them Cool Running. That's my tag team name for them. Brooke Jensen, Josh Briggs come out. So it looks like we're gonna get like a 4-way or 3-way tag team championship match at Halloween Havoc.
Okay. Should be good.
Where you give NXT?
I'll give it a B plus.
B plus.
I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. It was like one match that wasn't that well, two matches I thought that they weren't like, oh my god, it was the Creed and Hudson, but still led to story because they set up the thing with the brother, right?
Yeah.
And then Chu. And that match well, again, it wasn't that long, but it did also lead to story. So again, they had some setup, so
yeah. All right, we go to AEW Dynamite. We kick off with MJF versus Wheeler Yuta.
it was a good match.
It was good.
I was surprised. The style of the match, though. I was like, okay, all right. It wasn't just him cheating his ass off the entire time. It was MJF can wrestle when he wants to wrestle. So, very good. Very good.
Yeah. Then we go to Darby Allin versus Jay Lethal.
Again, real good match. But, like, I don't know how to feel about the thing at the end. I don't mean it was bad or anything, but I just like for Jay Lethal's character with him, with his homies.
Yeah.
And him, so is he turning to a good guy now? Like, what's happening with Jay Lethal?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like they're. Yeah, I don't know.
So we'll see. I mean, again, it put some story elements out there, and again, like I said, I thought it was a good match.
We had a TNT Championship match: Wardlow versus Brian Cage.
It was big meaty men slapping meat.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this fantastic. Oh my god, put your stars up. It was two big jack dudes just beating each other up and doing hurricanranas because they can do that.
My only thing is I kind of wish this had a build or maybe even a rivalry to it because Wardlow has none right now, and they did something. And why does Brian Cage always have to be in a group?
That's my thing. That's my thing that really bums me out is that he never seems to just be his own dude.
Yeah. The only time he was like a single competitor was in Impact and Lucha Underground.
Okay, I never did see. Yeah, I didn't see him. So, You know what I would say though? I wish that certain things weren't final. It just kind of seemed like that's a one and done type of deal.
Yeah.
So there's no like rivalry there. That's the only thing I think that's missing for Wardlow is that he doesn't have a rival.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
he just has open
MJF
challenges.
is a nemesis.
Yeah.
Is a nemesis. He doesn't have like a rival who he goes back and forth with. You know
I think you have it right there. You just have to build upon that.
I think so as well.
We got the trios match. We got Tony Storm, Athena, and Tony Storm, Athena, and Willow Nightingale versus Jamie Hayter, Serena Deebs, and Penelope Ford.
That was a pretty good match. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was, and it surprised me.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. And shout outs to Willow Nightingale. She kind of got the push on that match. Like she was the one highlighted and stuff, and it was cool.
Yes, sir.
National Scissor Day.
I thought that was cool. That was cool because it was more positive than it had to be. So you know what? I give him credit.
I liked all of Swerve's promo a lot.
Yes, I liked how mad he was.
Yeah.
I just liked that he was mad. He was a hater.
Yeah. And I think honestly you have a really good heel in him if you give him if you give him the opportunity to push for being a main heel, you have your guy. Like he could
Yeah.
promo his ass off, and I think he could be that slithering evil dude that you don't want to fuck with.
Sneaky Swerve.
Yeah,
Sneaky
exactly.
Swerve is what they called it. Yo,
Exactly.
Why you doing like that?
We got Hangman Page versus Roosh.
Newish. And it was pretty good. It was
Yeah.
a solid match. They beat the hell out of each other.
Oh my God! Luchasaurus defeats Friggle the Soul.
Why? Why? Why they do this?
I don't know.
Who did Fuego piss off?
I don't know, but it seems like he be pissing people off.
Yeah. Just saying. Why?
And then our main event was Bryan Danielson and Daniel Garcia versus Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara.
It was an enjoyable match. I thought it was cool. It's just I'm confused. Is he out now? You know what I mean? Garcia. Like, is this just a learning experience? Is he out of JAS? What's going on?
Not confirmed.
Well, that's the only thing. So we'll see.
That, and then also there's a lot of bullshit backstage. I kind of want to get into Andrade and Sammy, one being sent home, the other one not.
Yeah, he was on TV cheesing it up.
Yep. So I'm just saying, there's still a lot of issues backstage there. So hopefully they get this shit together. What you give AEW?
I give it a solid B. Because as good as the matches were, some of the outcomes and stuff I weren't really invested in.
Yeah.
Particularly like Hangman and Rouge.
Yeah.
I'm not really too hot on either of those two guys right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Like I could see it.
And the Jericho thing.
Yeah.
The Jericho thing for me, I wanted them to win.
Yeah.
I wanted them to win. I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right. We go to. I did not watch Impact, the regular show. I did watch Bound for Glory. So, Impact, I did not watch the show. Did you watch the show?
No, I did not see Impact this week.
So we'll skip that. I heard it was a good. I heard it was a good go home show though.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't get to watch it. Like there was a lot of shit, so some things had to be sacrificed.
Yep.
We go to Friday Night SmackDown. Get back up there because I had to restructure my sheet. SmackDown was a solid ass show.
Yes, sir.
So we kick off with Triple H kicking
New
off the
season
season
also.
premiere.
That's the thing. Yeah.
And then we got Logan Paul and Roman Reigns and the Bloodline come out. And Sami fucking Sami Zayn is fucking gold with this whole thing, and
I could care less about Logan. Whatever Logan Paul said, but what he did do was push some story forward because he said, Jey Uso, I see two of you.
Yeah.
And he wasn't talking about his twin.
Yeah.
He was talking about Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. And the whole time you see Roman standing there like, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. I'm not going to say nothing, but you're not wrong.
Yeah.
So I got to give the credit for the pushing forward the storyline. I'm just telling you, people out here saying they're going to turn on Sam.
Yeah. I think it's going to be The way things are looking and how they're building this, they are gonna turn on Sammy. It looks like it's gonna be balanced thing, but I think it's gonna lead into a Jay Uso Roman fight first.
I don't think. I think Jay is gonna pull the trigger on something,
Yeah,
and Roman's not gonna like it, and that's gonna be the last straw. I think Jay is gonna attack Sammy, and Roman did not say do it. I
yeah.
think that's gonna happen. That's what I mean. He's gonna start something, and it's gonna cause a beef.
Like menace to society kind of shit.
He's a hater. He's a hater.
Yeah. And calling him number two.
Number two, and make it just Roman was in a bad mood, and he immediately stepped out. That
Yeah.
shit had me dying laughing. You just see him start laughing.
Pum
Like he
poo.
doesn't even hold it back. He just starts laughing.
Yeah.
God, Sammy is so funny.
You had Solo Sakura defeat Ricochet. Really good match.
Oh my goodness, so good, so good.
Yeah. You got Hit Row coming out, and they get attacked by Legado de Fantasma with Selena Vega.
They have history. They didn't forget.
Yep.
I
Loved it.
I appreciate the addition as Lita. I hope they eventually the other chick comes back.
I think I think they want her. They have something for her in NXT. So I think she's gonna be
Okay.
a different character. But
Oh,
Zelina is gonna be pretty much with Legado de Fantasma, and I
good
think
to see all of them back. Welcome back.
me too. Santo Escobar is gonna take over.
And Zelina with a strong team in front of her is basically unstoppable
Yep.
when you let them do things. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
It's gonna be fun.
I would just like to point out, people like to sleep on Andrade during that time. They forget. They forget. Don't forget.
Yeah,
If
Andrade
you
and
need to,
her
if
were
you need to
amazing.
remember,
Yeah.
go back and look at it. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Um,
People like, who's Andrade? Why is he so special? You need to go back to NXT and find out.
Yep.
Ask somebody.
Watch Johnny Gargano versus Andrade.
Yep.
Takeover.
Any better than any match he's had in AEW so far. That's all I'm
100%.
saying.
We got Raquel Rodriguez with a new tag partner, Chauncey Blackheart and her team. They defeat Sonya Deville and Xia Li. They just do them together. Like, hey, you guys are not doing nothing. Go in
I
the
would
match.
say though, Xia Li looked crisp as hell in this match
Yeah.
though. She was trying her ass off, trying to make the team work.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to say because here we go once again. Shotzi throwing an attack. Here we go again. Raquel throwing an attack.
Yeah, this is like I think, well, Raquel will be her third, no, her second, third. Yeah, this is their third tag team together.
So
Well, actually, no.
I-
Shanti's fourth because she was with Aaliyah as well.
oh man,
For
Jesus.
all right. Karrion Cross got the best of Drew McIntyre in the strap-infused brawl heading to Extreme Rules.
Until he didn't. Until he got beat up.
Yeah.
Till Scarlett got in front of him and stopped him.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, he got his ass whooped.
I actually liked this promo on the back, so I forgot to mention in the beginning the New Day were laughing at the Usos and Sami Zayn and stuff, and so they got really mad and they were like, "Oh, you get yourself a tag team, we'll fight you." And they were like, "Oh yeah, we will. Everyone loves us."
And then, you know what? They showed up with a monster.
Yeah.
So,
And shout outs to their
they
gear,
messed up.
man. Their gear was so dope. That was WMAC Masters.
Oh, yeah, Kofi was Hakeem.
Mhm.
That was cool. That
That
was
was
cool.
really
Who
dope.
was
He
Xavier?
was
Was he Star?
yes, the Asian dude.
Hosung Pak's character? I forgot his name.
But yeah, that was who he was. I honestly, when I first saw it, I thought, because I saw the dragons on them, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
isn't that Double Dragon? I thought Double Dragon because the red and blue.
Also, Braun Strowman almost killed Michael Cole.
Yep.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Yes, he did. Really fun match and really good. It was just a
And
fun time.
it's tension because Sammy picked that fight.
Yep, and got
So now
slapped
he
in the
messed
back
up.
too.
So now he messed up.
Yep. And then our main event was a good. They gave it the match like a good 30 minutes, and I was actually really happy with it. Gunther versus Sheamus for the IC title. Had a controversial ending, but yo, I actually had to look up shit to really look at this too, because I was like, was it bad? No, it actually makes sense, and I was like, okay, but this match was fantastic.
So what you mean?
So the ending, Sheamus, Cloverleaf, and Gunther looked like he tapped out. He did not tap out. So in wrestling terms and the rules of the referee, a person must tap 3 times. If they don't tap 3 times, it's still going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he tapped twice. He didn't tap that third time. If he would have tapped the third time or the hand would have went down the third time, that would have been a submission. But they
Gotcha.
must tap 3 times.
Okay.
It was like the
It
rules
makes
of 3 kind of shit. Because even if you're in a sleeper hold, they move your arm up 1, 2, 3.
they used to. They don't do that
They don't do
anymore.
that no more.
Or at least they don't. WWE
Yeah.
doesn't do that. Other places do the 3.
I know New Japan does it here and there, but I don't even think AEW does it.
I haven't seen a. Usually people go out
Yeah.
or tap.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it's the same thing. It's like they go out and the ref just calls it. They don't even do the arm in AEW. They just like, is your eyes closed?
Yeah.
All right, you gotta let's ring the bell.
His eyes looking at his head. Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, he's done. He's done.
So I had to actually look
reading
that
his
up.
eyelids.
Yeah.
What's that?
So I actually did my research on that because I was like that. It seems controversial and like everyone was like, I liked it though because it got like the fan base and everything was all like really interested in it. Also leaves room for a match for Sheamus down the road because it was kind of controversial in a way, but technically Gunther did not tap. He did not go
Well, I
down the
mean,
third time.
I will just say if there's a board of directors that he can appeal to,
Yeah.
it's controversial because he got smacked with a shillelagh.
Yes.
So I don't know, man.
Yes. He still got smacked with the shillelagh, but other than that, like that kind of just brought all chaos, and then he got whacked with the shillelagh and lost the match. Got clothesline with the shillelagh.
Cheated.
So imagine like JBL with a stick clotheslining you.
That's not the match being sacred, though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, not the match being sacred. You cheated. Shame on you.
It's only not sacred when the refs sees.
I guess so.
But it was a fantastic match to have on SmackDown. So now like I feel like they're playing the match a little too much, and I feel like they should space out a little bit, just a little bit.
I mean, they break it up with the 3-man,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
But it was fun. It was a hell of a match. SmackDown, what do you give it?
I give it a.
I'm gonna go A+.
I don't think it was anything bad on the show.
I'm gonna go A+ just because the.
Also, we forgot something. We forgot LA Knight.
Oh yeah, LA Knight beating up.
He took off his
MMA.
stuff and said, "My name is LA Knight."
Yes, he beat up your boys.
I mean, that ain't right, but listen, if you gotta sacrifice Mansoir and Marseille for LA Knight, I'll give it to him.
Mansoir putting his phone number up.
I saw that.
That shit was hilarious.
I should have called him. Who is this?
To see if it's LA Knight's number.
Remember, Sammy was actually answering that number.
Yeah, he was. He said it was really bad too. It's like it was going off all night. Yeah, I'm gonna go A+. I felt like the show had a good vibe to it, and honestly, going to Extreme Rules, it was really good. Having Roman there, the promos between that and the whole Sami Zayn shit was hilarious. New Day with Braun Strowman was fun. Yeah, the girls, even the girl stuff, I think were fun to watch. So, and Shanti had her tank back, so that gives me extra points.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I'll go with A+. We go to AEW Rampage. I did not watch the Battle of the Belts because it did not record on my TV, so it did not. So I'm not watching it.
I had to sacrifice it for time and sanity.
Yeah, that too.
Although I said I had my favorites that I wanted to see, so I'm upset. But I learned my favorites did not win. So
So we
Nice.
had Claudio, John Moxley, and Wheeler Yuta versus Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quinn, and Whoosh.
And that was the. It was alright. It
I
was.
think it
It
was
was. You know what? The
yeah,
interesting thing was that it got more fun the longer the match went on,
yeah,
and then they had the really cool spot where Claudio just outmanned everybody and literally carried Private Party and swung them.
yes.
That was very. It was a very very fun match.
It
Like
was a
towards the
fun
end.
match. This was kind of the match like WWE would do like after like say for instance SmackDown done and they had that bonus match. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that was the bonus match
Okay. Okay.
just for the crowd to go home like cheered up, happy kind of shit. And that I felt like that was that. It was fun. It was fun, but there
Hmm.
was no like story into it and whatnot.
But it had the on the Private Party side. There's a story there because of Rush and Matt
Yeah,
Hardy and all that. So they're still doing that. I
yeah,
just wish it would lead to somewhere already with Matt
yeah.
Hardy because he's kind of just walking around looking bummed out.
He got a bacon egg and cheese with one of them.
Oh
Matt
shoot!
Hardy
Oh man.
got introduced to bacon egg and cheese. Anyway,
Well, what was the name of his brand? He's this new the thing you showed me.
oh
The guy
yeah,
was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna have fun with this." And it had the Matt Hardy on the pink box.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I guess there was the Matt Hardy pack. It's called Virgin 2 as well. Can't
Oh,
wait
there
to
you go.
smoke the shit out of that.
So there you go. Get a nice
Yeah,
bacon, egg, and cheese after you have that. So
there
there
you
you
go.
go.
We got the Varsity Blondes versus Josh Woods and Tony Nese. It was kind of a, it was kind of like a squash match. Didn't really go
Yeah,
much.
pretty much. There's usually one on the show, so
Yeah.
this was it.
The only thing I highlight with that was Smart Mark's promo. I always like Smart Mark
Yes, it was
talking.
pretty
It's always
funny.
fun.
His crotch has been burning for a week. Well, no,
Yes.
since National Scissoring Day.
Yeah. And then Madison Rain, Sky Blue versus Anna Jay and Tay Melo.
It wasn't great,
It was a
but it wasn't bad. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't
yeah,
like, God damn it, why was this here? It wasn't great.
yeah. It was a I don't care.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then the main event was Death Triangle versus Dark Order for the trios
It made
title.
me sad. It made me sad. But it's like you
Yeah,
can't just do the thing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I get
yeah.
it. I get it. You can't just go. We're gonna have them win just because one guy got hurt one day. We're just gonna wrap it up. Nah, I get it. I get it. So it
I
wasn't a bad
all
match
right.
though.
So this is my opposite with that. Don't dedicate a day to Brody Lee and have Dark Order lose.
You're right.
I'm tired of that shit.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Like,
You're
what are you
right. You're right.
attributing him to lose? He wasn't a loser. He'll beat the crap out of you with a paper if you lost in front of
You're
him.
right. You're right.
I
You're
felt like
right.
this was the time you could really push Dark Order. I think you would have actually got more people watching too if Dark Order was gonna win. But it is getting to a point where Rampage is very predictable, and that's why it's not getting views.
Yeah. It's the dark syndrome
Yeah,
of the match setup is very predictable because of how they just stack the card in a certain way with certain people versus it's
yeah.
like you know where they're going with this person, these people, they can't lose right now. It's like they haven't learned to make it less predictable. Yeah.
And you know what? You could have had a story into it too. You want to know why? Because you had Pac fighting one of the best friends. So you could have had them interfere too in Dark Order taking the belts, and then Pac still had to stay for another match.
True, but they're not bad guys.
They should be. They
At this point,
lose.
yes.
All they do is
I
lose.
I agree with you. At this point, yes, they need to find
you
another way.
you need to
Yeah.
find another way because all y'all do is lose too. That's another
Yes.
group but I feel like Dark Order should have got those belts that night. The fact that you were saying all this thing, Brody Lee, and this is the anniversary, and this is the anniversary of his debut and all that stuff, they should have
Yeah,
won.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's true. It's true. It's true. It's true.
Yeah. So
It's true.
stop that bullshit.
It's true.
All right, a Rampage. Where you give it?
I'm gonna give it a C. C plus. Because again, the matches that got time, they weren't bad. I can't sit here and say they were bad. So it's just that again, the Tay Mello tag team and then the squash match, like it didn't help. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
I'm
and
going
then
C
again,
minus just because you
okay.
dedicate this night to Brody Lee and they lost.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
takes a whole
yeah,
grade.
yeah. That is
This
pretty bad.
pissed me off. I'm like, yeah, I was like, y'all did not have to even say it, and that would have been like, okay, but no, that yeah, said it and presented it that way. It pissed me off.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, god damn it. Anyway, we could do Bound for Glory first. Bound for Glory was on Friday, so that's why I say we do that one first.
Mm-hmm.
The first match was the Digital Media Championship Open Challenge. Brian Myers, he fought Dirty Dango. I was happy to see him
Dirty Dango.
with his new blonde hair.
Yeah, I love how
Yeah,
on commentary he called it a midlife crisis
That's-
because they both know him,
yeah.
freaking, so they could speak from experience and friendship. It was that whole match was great.
It's
It was
great.
super fun.
One thing I'll give credit with Impact, like I like the commentating team of Phillips and I always forget his real name, but
It was
the
Matthew, I think
drama
it's
king.
Renholt.
Yeah,
Renholt, I think it is.
they were commentators on 205 Live.
True.
So they have chemistry and shit. They're always fun to listen to. I actually really enjoyed the match. I like seeing Myers win fight. So I predicted that he was gonna beat the shit out of the person that he was gonna fight. So there we go.
He did, yeah. He tuned him up at the end.
Yeah,
He
he
really
speared and
did.
then clotheslined the shit out of him.
Yep.
So yeah. We got Impact Hall of Fame inductee Raven. I actually liked it. I enjoyed the conversation. I enjoyed him DDTing Tommy Dreamer in the end too. It was great.
Yeah, I just appreciate the moment. It
Yeah,
got a little dry because it wasn't the entire speech was not in
yeah,
character, so
yeah,
there was more of him like saying real stuff, and I was like, all right, all right.
yeah.
And then they had the wrestling stuff at the end. So,
That shit. I mean,
but again, good. People need to give people like Raven and the respect and like that they deserve
yeah.
anyway. You know. So
He had a good career in Impact.
he had a good career everywhere. I
Yeah,
just put that out there. Like Raven, he didn't reach the highest of heights everywhere he went, but like it's not like he didn't have a good run when he
yeah,
went to places. 'Cause
exactly.
in WWE, his hardcore stuff was crazy.
Yeah,
In Impact, he had like a full ass run. I think I only know this by looking up stuff for like the retrospect, but I saw even him and CM Punk had a hell of a feud.
yeah. In
So
ROH,
like
I think,
in
right?
ROH,
Yeah,
like just about everywhere he went, he had WCW, he had the flock. Like
yeah,
okay, yeah,
yep. And he was
and
Johnny
of course
Polo
ECW, of course, but we don't have to say that.
and the
You just
manager
know.
of Adam Bomb, Johnny Polo.
Yeah, Johnny Polo. I forget
He
about
was
Johnny Polo.
yeah, and he was actually like they used him a lot. He did a lot of like the TV work and stuff. So
Hmm.
um
Johnny
and
Polo, and what was the hand's name in WWE?
Don Callis, you mean?
Yes,
He was
I forget his
Cyrus.
Cyrus the Virus. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or was he Cyrus in WWE?
Or was that in ACW?
I know he was Cyrus in ECW. I'm not sure he was Cyrus in WWE.
I think he had the same
I think
name.
he did. I have a feeling he did too.
Okay.
Anyway, first match of the oh, so where you give the Myers and Dirty Dango match?
That match, I'll give it a B.
B?
Well, I would say B plus. I give it a B
Okay,
plus. It
B
was a good
plus.
match.
I give it the same thing. So that'll be like a 4.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, X Division Championship match. You got Speedball Mike Bailey versus Frankie Kazarian.
I'm gonna give this one 4.5. I thought it was great. It was an awesome match. I knew as soon as he won the battle royal though that he was gonna win that
Yeah,
championship.
yeah.
That's what I felt.
I'll go the same. Very fun match. Very, very good match.
Hmm.
We got Mickey James versus Mia Yim.
I'm gonna give this one a 4. I thought it was very good. I thought like for the story they told,
Yeah.
it really paid off.
I'll go 4 as well. I really enjoyed it, and honestly, probably one of my favorite Mia Yim matches because
Hmm.
I don't have a lot of them. So there you go. Knockouts World Tag Team Championship match. You got the Death Dolls versus VXT.
It was a fun match. From what I saw, it was fun. So
It was a alright match. I feel like it kind of It was kind of sluggish in a bit, like in a good portion of the beginning, but it ended pretty well. I'll
Okay,
give
okay,
it. I go with 3.
okay.
We got the
New
Impact
tag
World.
team champs.
Yeah,
Okay,
new tag champs.
that's all.
Death
That's it.
Dolls. So that's Jessica and Tyler Buckery.
It's Iraq. Yeah, good stuff.
We got Impact Tag Team Championship match. You got Motor City Machine Guns versus the Kingdom.
This one I did not see. I have to watch it.
I'll
Rewatch.
go for 4 or 5. Really good
Okay.
tag team match. Really good. You could tell these guys had history with each other. It really showed. It
Mm.
was an incredible match. The Kingdom defeats Motor City Machine Gun. They retain the titles.
Was it shenanigans, or did they
There were
just straight up?
shenanigans with Kalinas, but she also got super kicked as well. So
Okay.
yeah, we got the Call Your Shot gauntlet match.
I did not see this one.
It was okay. I was happy to see Cardona.
Were there any notable surprises? Because I don't know who was not announced.
So the winner was Bully Ray, and that was one of the big surprises.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was a chick that used to be a former former Impact champion, women's champion, and she went in and just started fucking people up, and she hit Swan with a spear. She German suplexed another person. There was a lot of stuff going on. I forgot
Okay.
her name though. I can't think of her name. Let me see if I see it on here. It was like something Taylor.
Oh, Taylor Wilde.
Taylor Wilde, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, because they're the one that ganged up on Bully and her ganged up on Matt Cardona.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, they did.
That's the clip of the match I saw.
Yes.
They hit him with the waza.
Yep. Yeah, so Bully Ray wins it, and he has the Call Your Shot title match.
Okay, cool.
Now we go to the Knockouts Championship match. Jordan Grace versus Mia Slamovich.
That was awesome.
Masha
I'm
Slamovich.
gonna have to give the match a 5. I Masha, I've been a fan of Masha for
Yeah.
when the hell was the first time I saw her? It was
She,
like right before she got to Impact, and she was somewhere else,
oh, okay.
and then she was going around. But she's one of those people, like, if you see her on like her schedule and stuff on the Independence,
Yeah.
she's like everywhere. And then she fights in like hardcore matches and cage matches. I think
Yeah.
she was in Bloodsport. Like, that chick is crazy,
Yeah, she
and I
is.
love it. And she's like good. That's the difference. She's mad good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to throw no shade, but if you watch that match and you see how effortlessly she kicks Jordan in the face
Yeah.
from a standing position without even moving, it's unreal. She kicked it like there were like 7 or 8 times during that match where she just bloop,
Yeah.
bloop right in the head. Like, the accuracy was insane. So, like, dude, that's one of my things. When I see somebody doing crisp stuff in the ring, like in an intense match like that, I gotta give them props. So
It was a hell of a match. Probably the best match this week. The women's
probably, yeah,
side,
women's
probably
side,
close
women's,
to the men's
yeah,
side.
yeah, man,
I would say it was closest thing to a female version of the Sheamus Gunther match
yeah,
because they beat
yeah.
the shit out
Except
of each other.
you're right. Except instead of chops, Masha was kicking the shit out of her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then a lot of forearms.
Hit her with the Kawada kicks too.
Yeah,
Like, she was going in.
really good match. I recommend anyone to watch this match. It was really good. So
Hmm.
that would get a 5. I think that was the best match of the pay per view. Even though this one was very close too, and I'll give credit to this one.
Yeah, I have to see this match. I have to see the
The
men's
main event
match.
was Impact World Champion Josh Alexander versus Eddie Edwards. It was a hell of a match. They all went at it. They also had a lot of shenanigans with the Honor No More going in and out, but Rich Swann kind of helped out. Bully Ray kind of helped out, and Alexander retains. Um, and then Bully Ray and Alexander end the night with with a stare down.
Okay.
I give that match I'll give it a 4.75. I think Jordan Grace and Slamovich was probably the best match that night, but this one was very close.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, Bound for Glory. Definitely check it out. Overall pay per view, I'll give it a 4.75.
Nice.
And then we have Extreme Rules. And then we got the return. Everyone was scared that we were not gonna get Bray Wyatt, and then even the copyright label came in, and then this happened, and it was fucking awesome.
Shake it up, man. Don't
Yeah.
do the same thing. I like it.
He got Dexter Lumen presented Miz with an his aunt. I can't even say the word. Birthday present.
So what happened? The only thing I saw was the Miz was upset
Yeah.
at first. What like I don't exactly remember
So
what
he was
happened.
at he made sure he was there for his birthday, and he wanted the crowd to sing happy birthday and shit. So he was gonna do that whole thing, and then every time he was gonna do something, Dexter Lumis did something to him.
Did he? Oh, okay.
And he
Okay.
knocked him out, and then he woke up, and the Philadelphia Flyer goon was there, and then he started attacking the goon, and then Loomis caught him again, and then it was a bunch of it.
Okay, because I know at one point Miz had laid him out,
Yeah.
laid the goon out because he thought it was him, right?
Yeah, he beat him up. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. First match is the Brawling Brutes versus Imperium in a good old fashioned Donnybrook match.
I'm gonna give it a 5. This match was awesome. I thought it was gonna be. It's my favorite match of the night. They just beat the hell out of each other.
It was just straight chaos, and it was fun as hell. I'll go 4.75 with this one.
I don't want to get hit with a shillelagh ever.
They look painful.
God damn.
We got Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Championship. This was an Extreme Rules match. Ronda Rousey wins by
I
submission.
thought I get the match before. I still gotta say, Liv signed her death warrant.
Yeah.
You watched this match and you just saw, like I said before, she trusted Ronda way too much. I'm just saying, you could pay her as much as you want. I'm not trusting Ronda with weapons, especially not a baseball bat. And she wailed on Liv. And I was like, you sure this is what you wanted?
But there was also a little story of her smiling while being submitted in the match. So like, she didn't really tap out. She pretty much smiled and passed out.
Yeah. So, like she said, you'll have to kill me so that was the equivalent.
Yes.
So,
what do you give it?
I give it a 4. Again, it was a good match, but like, I could just see Liv was regretting that.
I'll go 3.75. It was entertaining though. We got Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross. This was a strap match.
Yes, sir. I do appreciate they gave you the history of the strap match.
Yeah.
They tell you like the very first one, and then like basically tell you every one that's ever happened in WWE anyway.
Yeah.
I give it a 3.5.
Yeah.
And I say that because I don't think it was intense enough. I don't think Kross brought the intensity. I thought Drew was bringing it. And every time he wailed on Kross.
Yeah.
And my other thing is like, because of Kross's character, when he gets hit, he shouldn't do the reaction like a normal person. I thought, because in NXT, he kind of didn't really react like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To pain. He more like grimaced and like almost smiled every time he got hit.
But then again, he used to not fighting person about his size either.
I mean, when he fought Keith Lee.
That's true. He did fight Keith Lee.
When he fought Keith Lee, they was going pound for pound. And, you know, even when he hurt his arm, like, he didn't really show that pain.
Yeah.
Man. Like, it was like a difference. And I could see the difference in intensity between Drew and Kross. And I felt that Drew was upset during the match that Kross would not hit him as hard as he was hitting him. That's what I'm saying. So I saw that. I felt that. And I'm giving the match a 3.5.
You know, yeah, I'm gonna go the same. Like, I felt like I enjoyed the match for what it was, but yeah, I could see it being one-sided. Like, I thought it was gonna be a lot more physical. I thought they were like gonna try to choke each other out with the strap and things like that. I felt like they could have did more things in that sense of just making it more intense, and it kind of just it was just a round of the basic stuff of them getting hit with the belt and then getting thrown out and things like that, when they could have actually used it to try to strangle each other and things like that, and there was none of that there.
And the interference from Scarlett was pepper spray?
Yeah.
I guess.
He's no Ming.
Like that's not mystical, magical, or spooky.
I
I'm
guess
just
they
saying.
didn't want to error with the fire.
Yeah, he blocked the fireball last
Yeah,
time with his forehead. I get
yeah,
it. He's that tough, but I'm just saying that interference was very, very normal.
yeah,
So that kind of it didn't go. Oh,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, really looking at this match too, like I'm thinking about like what you were talking about, like him not being so aggressive, and you thinking about like him taking more pain within the matches and stuff like that. I felt like yeah, there was a lot of lack of there. They're supposed to be two big guys, two big brutes, and yeah, I give you yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I just feel for Cross's character. He seemed like a normal man. He
Yeah,
did not
he's
seem like a killer.
yeah, he got the window and well,
Thanks to pepper
pepper
spray.
spray in the eyeballs. He's no Ming. Ming would have ate that shit.
She sprayed way too much too.
Yeah.
Trying to kill.
Yeah, I'll go 3-5. I know Joshi and Minion really like this match, and I had to rewatch it to see what I felt with it because I was actually falling asleep on this, and
Hmm.
yeah, I wanted something better. I agree with the aggressiveness. I thought it could have been a lot more aggressive.
I just put it this way, and you could ask Minion to check this out.
Yeah,
Look at the reactions of the Philly crowd when Drew hit him, and look at the reactions of the Philly crowd when Cross was swinging. It
yeah,
wasn't like a boo yay. It was like a yeah, he's whipping him so hard, he's peeling flesh. And
yeah.
then when Cross did it, it was like, uh,
It's
hit him
like pulling
harder.
back. Like I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was like, yeah. So I felt that.
Yeah. We got Bianca Belair versus Bailey ladder match for the Raw Women's
They went all
Championship.
in.
Yeah,
I hope Bailey's okay. She left with the Joker smile. I don't know if
yeah.
you saw that. She ain't have makeup on. That ain't good. Bianca bust that ass. That's all I gotta say.
And something shout outs to the Extreme Rules pay per view. They kind of did something that Takeovers used to do, and used to show like the future star, a future person going into WWE or the main roster. And Nikki Lyons was there, and Steiner was there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You know he's gonna be there soon. You know
yeah.
he's gonna be there sooner than
Yep,
later.
yep. I watched the Trade for Three. It was actually quite funny.
Good, good.
Yeah. So this match was a good match. A lot of stuff going on with the ladders and stuff. Um, he did have Sky and Kai come to interfere and kind of try to get the best of Bianca, but Bianca was able to win.
Yeah, but I like that they waited till the end,
Yeah,
till Bailey was in desperate straits
yeah.
because it was a pretty long match. They got time.
She had that one interfere button.
Yeah, she hit it. Bam.
Yep.
And since Asuka and Alexa are still beat up from, was it Friday? No,
On Monday.
on Monday. Yeah, they couldn't help. So I mean, they gave you the fake out. You
Yep.
thought I thought Billy was gonna take it.
Me too.
So I,
We
I will give them 100%. I was gonna say I give them 100% credit for misdirection. So I'm gonna give it a 4.
four. Give it a 4 too. I think it was
Hmm.
the better female match, ladies match that night.
Hmm.
Yeah, they beat the crap out of each other too. It was a lot of nasty bumps.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
I had to give Bailey crap because she did the dumbest thing ever. She tried to. How do you try to put the strongest woman in the company under the ladder?
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah, that was not the smartest move.
no, no. You should have buried her under a table like Brock Lesnar.
There
Come
you
on now.
go. Finn Balor versus Edge. I quit match.
I'm gonna give it a 4.75 right off the bat. This is almost perfect.
I think
It went through so many phases.
yeah, I think the storytelling was top notch. I think the actual fighting in the, I think it started off slightly slow, but it really picked up. Like at the 5 minute mark, it started really picking up. A lot of storyline. Again, didn't rely on the interference really early in the match. They kind of went towards the ending, and Balor getting the win, and the way he did it was very evil, and that's the way you got to do it. So I'm 100% beyond it. I'll give this a 4.75 as well.
Judgment Day doing the damn thing is all I gotta say.
Yep.
You cannot have a match that has no rules when you have a faction and not use the faction. So that's basically the rule number one. And they did not ignore them. They came out and they like I said, this match probably had the most tangible story of the entire night.
Yeah, and I'm actually
It's the
looking
match that
forward to seeing more. I'm looking forward to the next step of the story.
exactly. How do you make Edge lose an I Quit match and not have it be the end? Have him basically be a hostage, hold his wife hostage. There you go.
And just this, I really like the crowd's response to Beth
Exactly.
Phoenix and Rhea Ripley
Yep.
stepping up to each other. That just sounded so good. I was like, yeah, that definitely got to be a one-on-one match in
That's
the
how.
future.
Yeah, you can't do what she did today that night and then not be reckoning. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
saying.
they're gonna be ass whoopings to pay.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Can't wait.
um, yeah, I'm gonna go 475. Yeah, it was a really good story. This is what I give a lot of credit is the fact that they've been giving this a lot of story and a lot of time, and this is really capitalized on the pay-per-view and having more story going into it and going further into it. So I'm 100% behind that.
Hmm.
And then our main event was Seth freaking Rollins versus Matt Riddle in the fight
Yes,
pit
sir.
with
Instead of
DC
what's his name? Yeah, DC.
Daniel
Oh, Daniel
Cormier.
Cormier. Yes, yes.
Um,
Instead of Seth freaking Rollins, it was Seth RVD
yeah, I
Rollins.
thought that was dope. It was cool.
So obviously for the crowd, Philadelphia's ECW country, but also it's Matt Riddle,
Yep, his pothead buddy.
and he smokes a lot of weed, just like RVD.
Yeah,
So even more to stab at Matt Riddle. So again, that's why I liked it because I like, oh man, he just can't stop.
yeah,
Best storyteller all year
yeah,
is between Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins.
yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
This match was intense. Like it was really good, and they beat the shit out of each
Hmm.
other. I like the fact that they kind of both were trying to were hitting DC, and he was like, "Stop hitting me!" or "I'll
Yeah,
fuck you up." Kind
exactly, exactly.
of. They did a lot of cool stuff, and it was really good. And the fight pit is no joke. Like that match looks awesome. Like on screen, it looks really cool.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
I really enjoyed it. I really 100% enjoyed it. I'm happy Matt Riddle won. That was my pick. I felt like he needed a win off this rivalry because he has not got one yet. So this was a good one, and I was very happy with the outcome. Again, the RVD gear on Seth Rollins was awesome, awesome. Even to the name on his boots, it was the same thing.
Hmm.
It was
Hmm.
just tights instead of the outfit.
I like it. I like it.
And
It would have been funny to see Seth Rollins rock the onesie. Just
yeah,
saying.
that would be cool. Anyway, what do you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Yeah,
I thought it was great. I thought it was the second best story match of the night. Everything played out well, and it was a spectacle because of the fight pit.
yeah.
Right? It paid off.
I'm gonna tie it. I'll go 475 with this. I really liked the intensity they had, and their chemistry is getting better and better. Even though the guys backstage don't get along, their chemistry is really working. So keep that going.
Hmm.
And then again, we thought we were not gonna get anything, and kind of had the copyright in the bottom and stuff like that. Thought we were about to leave the air, and the darkness rise. You see the fireflies all over the stadium, and then you hear, "There's a small world after all." Oh, I have the whole world in my hand. There you go.
And I know they showed the puppets, but they
Yes.
were people.
Yep.
So I wonder if that's gonna play a part. And then they showed the old, dusty, abandoned Firefly Funhouse,
Yeah.
right? Covered in cobwebs and whatnot. And then they show back to the stage, and a door opens.
Yeah.
Oh, and who comes out of the door? It's a masked figure, but we know it's Bray Wyatt. And then he takes off the mask. I wasn't expecting him to take off the
Yeah.
mask. I wasn't expecting that. So, surprise.
It was epic. It was awesome. I love it.
Very good.
I really love
And
it.
different,
Yes.
because that's not the way they've ever done a reveal. They did so many things that they don't have never done
Yeah.
before, in different orders, different ways. Like you said, copyright came up.
Yeah.
People thought, you know how that works? That's
Yeah.
the end. No, we're gonna do something different. Michael Cole, are we off the air? Are we off the air? You're like,
Yeah.
again, a lot of that stuff. it helps. So good.
It was awesome. I really dug it. I loved hearing the words and the crowd just going insane when he came out. Um, I'm looking forward to Monday Night Raw. If he's actually going to show up on Raw, it's going to be fun, and I can't wait to hear him speak and see what's going to go on with the character. I feel like this is a amalgamation of every character he has played so far in WWE.
I just have one thing that needs to be sealed up, and that is there was no Lily doll anywhere in the front house. All I'm saying.
Well, Lily wasn't. Lily didn't arrive until after Bray
I'm
left.
just saying, they didn't show no. There was no to anything that they didn't reference her at all. I'm just saying. I wonder,
Yeah.
are they not going to reference that at all, or are they going to
Well,
reference it at all?
The Lily doll didn't come with the Firefly Funhouse. She came in after.
No, I'm saying I understand
Yeah.
that, but even if she wasn't in the little dollhouse, they didn't show her anywhere.
Well,
There was
she
no
played
doll
to it.
standing in the crowd. There was no, like I said, like they just it
Yeah.
didn't acknowledge it.
Yeah. She played to it. She said, "Well, welcome back, old friend."
I'm just saying on the
Yeah.
show,
Yeah. On the
they
show,
didn't
they did.
acknowledge it. So I wonder if they're just not going to acknowledge it at all.
Who knows? We'll see. That's a lot
Hmm.
of. This is a lot of things that like everyone's gonna been talking because they thought he was
Because the
gonna have.
number one thing, also, you have to acknowledge that feud because that was the mask on the desk.
Yeah. It was the fire. You know what's
Burnt
funny?
it, the nasty burnt
Minion
up mask.
Minion spotted like said that he thought Bray was gonna cost Riddle the match because that was Randy's friend.
Makes sense. That would have made lots of sense,
Yeah,
actually.
it was like
You know
revenge
what I mean?
and
He
burning
could
him
have cost
alive.
Seth the match because he beat him in the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah,
Remember that with the
yeah, yeah,
red light?
yeah. So he could have took out both of them.
True,
Revenge.
true.
Just have a big sign said revenge.
That's it. And just walk away. That's it.
I'm just very curious on what we're gonna get. I know we're gonna get probably some of the best character work that Bray has done. So I have a lot of high hopes for it.
Hmm. Me as well.
So yes, that was a 5 in zone. I just was happy to see him.
I agree.
Um, so pay per view, where you give it?
I guess I give it 4.5. Pretty much
Yeah, same here.
very, very good. Only one match that I give anything lower. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. So we go to podcasts we listen to. I didn't listen to a lot. Shout outs to Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. They're always shout out for us, and it was a really fun cast. They were getting ready for New York Comic Con. They were there yesterday. Um, Definitely check out their YouTube footage and stuff. They actually had some cool stuff up. They had exclusive bendies there too. So if you were
Nice,
there, you
nice,
could buy their bendies. Yes.
nice.
I did listen to After the Bell, and you had who was on this week? I will just listen to it too.
Then they have Meryl?
Uh, Matt Riddle, yeah, yeah. That
Mm-hmm.
and when he's in his interview, I thought you were gonna be right with DC, like with Daniel Cotier. I thought he was gonna betray him because he was saying that he has beef for him and he was wearing a Seth Rollins shirt and shit. So I was like, oh dang, you might be
Yeah,
right.
that's true. That's true.
Um, yeah, I listened to that. Out of Character, we had Liv Morgan on. That was actually a good conversation as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Renee, oh, the Renee Parquette. She had last week she had the Tales from the Territories people, which I actually watched the
Oh,
first
okay.
episode this week. It was actually really good.
Really good? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It was
Nice,
very interesting. I liked the round
nice.
table. So it was about Memphis, and it was Jerry the King. Um, it was that dude. What's his name? Big ass mustache, beard. Dutch.
Oh, Dutch Mantel?
Yeah, Dutch
Mm-hmm,
Mantel,
mm-hmm.
Jeff Jarrett, and Jerry Jarrett, and
Okay.
I think it was Mount for the South, Jimmy Hart, and they were
Nice,
talking
nice.
about the Memphis territories and stuff, and how they tried their best to keep it real, and like if you had there was like a sign in their backstage that said like if you have issues that makes money, and shit like that. So they try to make that as real as possible, and people are actually believing them actually bringing weapons and shit like that, trying to attack the heels and shit like that. So it
Now,
was
I'm just
crazy.
gonna put this out here. That's something with all the bullshit going on in AEW that
Yeah,
they could learn from.
yeah,
Because that's one of the things that they always say. If you got problems, let's make money.
yeah. Look at WWE did with Matt Hardy and Edge.
Look at what they did with freaking recent with Riddle and Seth
Yeah,
Rollins. They really don't like each other.
yeah.
Guess what?
I think,
Let's make money.
yeah, I think right now they're a lot better terms than what they were before.
No, but
Yeah,
they're using the
yeah,
real
100%.
life stuff
Mhm.
to engage in the show.
Yeah,
That's how you're supposed to do it. Like if you're gonna be an idiot about certain stuff, you be
yeah,
like, listen, let's discipline later, but let's make money.
yeah,
That's the smartness that's not there.
yeah. What else we got? Yeah, and that's like that. But Tales from the Territory started last week. Is on Vice TV. If you have it, they might have some of the episodes on YouTube and maybe Hulu as well. But the first episode was Memphis. The second episode is supposed to be Jerry the King and the Jerry King Andy Kaufman thing. That's the second episode. The third episode is supposed to go to Northern Territory. I forgot which one. I think it's the AAW or something like that.
Okay.
But it was actually really good, and it was very interesting and very insightful. I was a really big fan of Dark Side of the Ring, so I was actually really very excited to listen. This is the one that's produced by The Rock as well.
Nice.
Yeah. And then last but not least, we have the Wrestling Retrospect.
Yes, sir.
Unless you have any other cast. Did you listen to anything?
No. That's it.
The Wrestling Retrospect. I think I'm going to go with Sir William Regal.
Okay, good stuff.
The fact that I've watched some matches that happen to have him there, and you mentioned him like the Mickey James match and shit, I was like, I kind of want us to see William Regal, to see some stuff from William Regal. I know for a fact he fought Ultimate Dragon.
This is true.
So we're going to get some good stuff for him. I know one of my favorite ones was him and Cesaro NXT. It was like a holiday thing. And then him versus Ono. It was really good as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so we got some history because he also wrestled later in his life, and then he had a great IC title run. He had some good stuff, man. He was king of the ring.
Do
Yeah, so I'm trying to make sure we didn't pick him. Yeah, we didn't pick him. All right, so yeah, William Regal will be this week's. And that's it. You wrap this up. This is the Wrestling Babble podcast. Listen to us on Spotify is the easiest way to get it. Also SoundCloud, Mark with the Mic, and follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch, all Mark with the Mic. And follow our Facebook page, the Wrestling Babble, and the Wrestling pages. We are very active on there, so check those out. And follow Wrestling Inc.
Yes, sir. I just saw a gif of AJ Styles doing his old move called the cliffhanger on Loki, and it made me laugh. It looks terrifying. Anyway, make sure you follow Red Cyclone Inc. everywhere. That is Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. That is YouTube. That is SoundCloud. That is Spotify. That is... What else we got? Got WordPress?
WordPress. Yep.
Make sure you check it out.
Yep. I'll give a little shout out to Popcorn Cast, which is run by Tenacious T, our fellow, or Tenacious T, Top Screw Op, whatever you want to call him. He's a man with many names. Check their podcast out. It's called Popcorn. It's on Spotify and SoundCloud as well. So check them out. And always remember, follow the Jinkies.